fearsome top 5. You may just want to prepare yourself for what you're about to witness, because today we're gonna take a look at 5 scary videos that will shock you. Number 1. YouTube user Ray Corrupt recently uploaded a video of one of my least favorite things, dolls. And to make matters even worse, this doll is supposedly haunted. Ray recently set out to explore the Jefferson Hotel in Jefferson, Texas. Locals won't hesitate to tell you that this is by far one of the most haunted hotels in the state of Texas. Well, while Ray was exploring the hotel, he decided to step inside the haunted doll room to record a few videos, and that's when he managed to capture this.
This doll just moved. This doll is moving. This doll literally just moved.
While Ray was filming an antique doll, he managed to catch it moving on camera. As Ray stepped to the side, the doll's head quickly turned to follow. And as far as I can tell, there's no reason for its head to randomly move. And from the crusty, musty, disgusting look of this horrifying old doll, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say it's not electronic. So is this paranormal? Let me know what you think. Number 2. This next video comes from TikTok user Fabiola Malik, who managed to catch something very strange on camera. While hanging out with a friend at home, Fabiola randomly looked out her window when something bizarre caught her eye. Her friend quickly noticed the confused look on her face and rushed to find out what she was staring at. And that's when they recorded this.
Look at the spoon. I'm so confused. I'm scared. Guys, did you hear that?
As they peered out the window, they couldn't help but notice a fork floating above a plate in their neighbor's home. And somehow this fork appears to be levitating, with food still hanging off onto the plate. Now, I'm not sure whether to call this paranormal or say that this old man was having dinner with John Cena, but either way, I have no idea what's going on here. Number 3. When TikTok user Danny moved into her new home and began to experience weird things, she didn't believe it to be anything in the house, but rather the spirit that's been attached to her. From doors opening and closing to objects moving on their own, there's no denying that something is constantly lurking nearby. Well, according to Danny, the friendly old man next door tragically passed away right before she moved in. After moving in, she learned that he was the type of guy to send a text or knock on your door to encourage neighbors to come hang out. Well, after receiving an invitation to hang out next door with the old man's wife and fellow neighbors, Danny politely declined and decided to call it a night. And soon after, her security camera outside managed to capture this. A few moments into the video, a dark shadow goes from right to left towards the door, triggering the lights on the security camera. Now, the shadow figure is faint, but it was enough to activate the camera's motion sensor. And now the question that Danny is left with is, could this be the ghost of the old man next door coming to invite her over? Or possibly the spirit that's been attached to her? I guess we'll never know. Number 4. A man named Phil Sinclair runs a paranormal YouTube channel where he documents his investigations and showcases his proof. And in one of these investigations, he set out to return to the old chapel in Brampton. During his previous experience in this chapel, he believes he made contact with the spirit of a child, and now he's returned to confirm it. Phil made his way inside of the chapel and wasted no time getting his investigation started. After getting his equipment set up and ready to go, he got to work. Well, sometime later into this investigation, something did indeed make its presence known.
Are you the minister here? What? Is that you? Is that you? What is? Get that thing off. What is that? Hello? Have you locked that door? Hello? That door's closed. Hello? Who's there, please? Why did that door just move?
As Phil continues asking questions, the door in the room eerily begins closing on its own. This takes Phil by surprise, and he rushes to find who or what could have possibly caused this. This door had been open the entire investigation, and not once did it budge. So what could have caused it to randomly close? Number 5. This last video comes from the investigators behind the Ghost Tech Paranormal Investigations YouTube channel. In one of their videos, they set out to explore Petworth Chapel. Built in 1865, this chapel was also used as a mortuary. The chapel and surrounding cemetery were closed in 1947. But since that day, visitors have reported hearing sounds of children playing in the cemetery. Visitors also claim to see dark figures of children in and around the chapel. Jeff leads the investigation and explains what the team has already experienced before the cameras were even rolling.
So here we are at Petworth Chapel, and we spent some time setting up our equipment. We've got a static cam inside the small chapel, another static cam there, and we've got one right down next to the mass grave of the school children. So what's actually happened is, whilst we were setting up the equipment, from just standing just here, there was a man's voice. Now, the voice seemed to come from maybe just over in that area there, and it was really close. It was a deep man's voice, and it was something along the lines of, what are you doing here? Now at the time Phil and Mark were inside there, but they heard it as well. They actually thought it was me talking.
Later on into the investigation, the men decide to enter the chapel to take some full spectrum pictures in an attempt to capture any anomalies.
Come and stand in the doorway so I can take your picture, please.
And after taking a few photos around the chapel, he aims his camera at fellow investigator Phil, and it was at this moment that things took a terrifying turn.
Let's take a picture of that. That was strange. That one was all blurred. Point your camera to the floor, Phil. A bit further. Don't move, Phil. Something's not right.
As Jeff took a series of 4 photos, a dark shadow figure appears to manifest next to Phil. The first photo is completely normal, but the second photo goes out of focus, and a dark figure appears to be coming out of the floor. And in the third photo, the dark figure is now standing next to Phil. And by the time Jeff took the 4th photo, the figure has completely vanished. These photos just go to show that something paranormal could be around you at any given moment. And now that I said that out loud, my timbers are shivered. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and feel free to send me a DM anytime. As always, if you enjoy these creepy videos, then make
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks, and today we'll take a look at the top 5 scariest videos for when you're home alone. So let's begin. Do you remember your old high school projects that you did all those years ago? It's probably something that you don't think about, and for good reason. It's hard not to cringe at our past selves who act so much differently than we do now. But usually, watching videos of yourself from your high school days brings nothing but embarrassment. However, for this one man, he will forever look back on this video and view it as potentially cursed. On October 30th, 2012, a YouTuber named WhatIsThat09 uploaded a video to his channel, writing in the description, quote, "I was recording my brother for a high school project and he was looking back through the bloopers and he noticed this thing." End quote. The uploader is quite vague in terms of what it is that can be seen in the video, so let's take it into our own hands and see exactly what he's talking about.
Go.
The biome we chose was the taiga border forest, which is located in Russia, northern Canada, and
At first, this appears to be a typical high school project video as we watch the young man speak to the camera about something he is learning about in school, while his pet dog can be seen walking across the top of the couch right behind him. But it's what appears in the window that will cause your heart to stop. A strange face can be seen peering in from the outside looking in. Although it can only be seen for a moment, it is still terrifying to look at. The uploader further clarifies, quote, "It couldn't be my wiener dog because even though he jumped out of the couch, the curtain is still moving and you can still see the face. It couldn't be the camera or our reflection because we tried redoing it and nothing came out." End quote. To this day, this YouTuber has absolutely no idea what he was able to capture on camera that day, and I'm sure he doesn't ever want to know. Let's just hope that whatever this thing is doesn't come back to haunt this man or his brother ever again. Doesn't come back to haunt this man or his brother ever again. The following video was published to YouTube on February 28, 2010 by username BDK Music, who is trying to film a video inside of his house in the same style of the popular television series MTV Cribs, taking the camera around the house and showing various rooms. However, this would ultimately not be the type of video that BDK would end up filming that day. At the start of the video, he explains to the camera that he is currently filming the footage at 4:20 AM before walking around the central living room/kitchen area where the television is turned on and one of his friends is trying to relax. But fascinatingly, something terrifying has already happened, if you can believe it. It's definitely one of those things where if you aren't paying extreme attention, you would certainly be forgiven for missing it. Take a good look at the doorway in the background right here as BDK starts to approach his friend.
Hey guys, it's Brian here. Just at the BDK house, nothing too much. It's 4:20 in the morning. Let's see, let's look around. Okay. TV's on, Girls Gone Wild, nothing new. Everyone's asleep over here. Hey, there's Tim over there. What are you doing, Tim?
just trying to get some stuff out of my head. I got a lot of ideas.
An indistinct shadow figure can be seen looming in the doorway very ominously, but can never be seen in the video again. Despite the fact that this video is 12 years old, it only has one comment from somebody who believes that BDK was able to capture some true paranormal activity on camera that day. But what do you think? Did BDK actually manage to accidentally capture a shadow figure on camera? Is this just a creepy prank that he pulled in order to get some internet fame? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. It goes without saying that TikTok is absolutely loaded with millions of accounts, billions even. some of which are genuinely funny or interesting, whereas others are questionable to say the least. One of the more fascinating accounts is called Our Haunted House, which is run by a homeowner who frequently uploads videos of their house that they believe is haunted. And after you watch this eerie video, you might want to sleep with the lights on tonight. The video starts off with the homeowner describing that he is going to record himself watching television for over an hour, just to see if anything happens during that time. Sure enough, it does. Little by little, the door behind the uploader can be seen creaking open, slowly but surely, all while he lay on the couch, completely unaware of what's happening directly behind him. If you thought that moment was creepy, I assure you it only gets more terrifying from this point onward. Take a look into the dark abyss right here. And finally, there are two other genuinely unsettling moments that happen in the video before it eventually ends. As the uploader lay on the couch, resting as best as he can, some absolutely chilling things occur right behind him before something manages to startle him awake. Sadly, the video ends right there, meaning that we don't know whether or not the uploader conducted an investigation that night after watching the footage back, or if he simply went back to bed. Although the second option is without question the wiser choice, it would definitely be even better if there was a third option: move out. So what do you think? Is this genuine footage of paranormal activity happening live on camera? Is this entire video a hoax? I'll let you be the judge. On July 28, 2015, a YouTuber known as Yams uploaded a video which showcases him and his friend Bryson sitting outside, trying to make the most out of the hot summer day. Upon first inspection, this video appears to contain nothing out of the ordinary. In the footage, we watch as Yams and Bryson throw a ball around outside for Yams' pet dog Ellie to play around with. It seems like a wholesome video that would be able to bring a smile to your face. And if it does, then I promise you that smile will be gone very soon. All seems to be going well as Yams throws the ball for Ellie a few more times before something nearby suddenly gets his attention before he asks Bryson if he too sees what he's looking at. As the seconds tick by, it becomes all too clear for the two friends that they are most definitely not alone in this area. Not by a long shot.
Dude, do you see that? No, dude, what the heck is that? No, dude, you see that? Oh my god. Dude, Bryson, tell me you don't see that. No way. What is that? Ellie, come on.
Thankfully, the two boys are smart and decide to grab Ellie and hustle inside as fast as they possibly can. not wanting to stay outside for even a second longer, just to be on the safe side. Judging by the distinct appearance of this strange entity, many people in the comments have come to the conclusion that Yams may have recorded genuine footage of none other than Bigfoot himself. Of course, this is just pure speculation, but it is definitely an interesting theory to consider. This video was uploaded 7 years ago, and we still don't have any concrete explanations for what Yams recorded that day, meaning that this incident may forever go down as an unsolved mystery. A YouTuber named TRacer88 uploaded a truly disturbing video to his channel on August 16th, 2010, which showcases the uploader as he ventures out into a dark and creepy forest in the middle of the night with a friend in the hopes of trying to take photographs of paranormal orbs. But what they ended up capturing instead was something far more substantial. In post-production narration, TRacer explains the scenario in detail, saying that he and his friend were absolutely obsessed with the paranormal and learning more about it, which is why they ultimately decided to investigate that particular forest that night, which ended up being a mistake. TRacer shows us a handful of pictures that were taken in the forest that night, all of which appear to be completely harmless and innocent looking. That is, however, until it gets to this photo.
Okay, and then we came across this one, and this is when we started to notice something odd. Now Tom's the one that actually pointed this out. Actually, he's the one in the photo. As you can see in the center, looks like a white figure of some sort behind the tree. Here's the picture cropped and brightened. I have not done any editing besides those two things. The first thing I noticed about the picture is the hand wrapped around the tree. It looks like the fingers might be a little messed up. Alright, now right away I thought it was some kid messing around with us, but everyone with me was accounted for when I took the picture, and honestly I didn't stay around much longer after we saw this, so maybe it was a kid, I don't know, but the head and the eye placement are just like strange, and it also has no hair at all. Now the picture scared me at first, but it also made me more curious to find out if there actually is something in Whitney Woods. I mean, I've been in Whitney Woods a lot, and there's never been anything like there at all. And this is the first substantial like picture I've ever caught of like something like this. So I don't know what's going on, if it's real, if it's not.
If you zoom in, you can clearly tell that there is most certainly something there in the forest, keeping the uploader and his friend in some much unwanted company. It can definitely be hard to determine what exactly this entity is, but by this one photo, we can tell that whatever it is has long fingers and a small head, leading many to believe that this is an authentic photograph of some sort of skinwalker. Now, whether or not that's true is entirely up for you to decide. TRacer says that upon noticing the creepy entity in the photograph, he promptly left the forest and went home as soon as possible, which was definitely a smart idea. If he wasn't so quick on his feet and his decision making, who knows what this strange figure could have possibly done. Whatever it is, it wouldn't have been anything good. And that was the top 5 scariest videos for when you're home alone. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then subscribe for more scary content.
Oh my god. Professional streamer, people. Professional streamer. Had the microphone muted. Professional streamer. Wow. I'll have to trim this video down and react to those two again. I'll try to be as authentic as I can with it, and explain my thought processes again. But damn it, Mountain Dew me, thank you for letting me know, so I can put a stop to it as soon as possible. All right. Next up from King Frostmoon, scariest videos that will revisit you tonight. Unbelievable.
This video was sent by Joaquin, and it features a man who was talking to a young boy in order to conduct an interview for a little film project of his. It was during midday, and they were just about to start off the conversation, and it was really bright outside. The following incident only was noticed afterwards, not at the time. However, it was a really creepy sighting once the man noticed that something strange happened right behind the young boy.
Did
you see that? Take another look.
Oh. No, what I saw...
See that? Take another look.
What I saw was a head peeking out from behind the tree right here. That's why I didn't see this.
Some speculate that it appears to be the spirit of an elderly person that is just saying hello and grinning into the camera, but the face really looks weird, almost like a mask. And the lower part of the face lets one suggest that the person might be missing its teeth as well. The large dark eyes also make one wonder. Was it maybe something otherworldly? Of course, the extreme brightness outside might be playing tricks on your eyes. In the end, what do you believe? Just a person walking by? Or something eerie that just wanted to make its presence known? Hard to say. The next video was sent by Ryu, and he tells me that it was recorded during a protest several years ago. The man that was filming was basically just documenting this evening and panning his camera around in the audience, you know, for documentary purposes. However, after rewatching the tape with his family the following night, they noticed that there were a couple of frames that revealed something grim looking. Tells me that he believes it to be a demon or malevolent entity that was around that night and got captured by coincidence. But could that be so? Look at the huge mouth of that thing. Whatever it is, a terrifying event.
Haunted dolls, yay!
The next videos were sent to me by Theresa M, and she tells me that she found them on the profile
face right
of
there was
user
creepy
Sophie
enough.
Clayton. The young woman states that she was babysitting one night at the family's home, and apparently they were collecting some really strange dolls, which is nothing too crazy, right? After putting the young son to bed, she decided to check these dolls out a little bit further, and then strangeness occurred.
I'm babysitting and I just found the creepiest thing. Look at this. What is that? Oh my god. No, but what is it? It's so creepy. It's freaking me out. Is this real hair? Oh my god. And look. Ugh.
It is a pretty odd design choice, I give her that. Would it freak one out though?
That's it.
Guys, I just came in to make dinner. And look what I found. Another one. Oh my gosh. It's a boy this time. Oh my god. Why would you look at that? Why would anyone have this in their house? Honestly, it's the creepiest thing I've ever seen. Oh my god, it has another bell. Oh my god. Guys, guess who I am?
Oh, okay. Ooh. I saw that.
Is it actually a child that can be seen walking by in the background? Maybe the family's son? Or some suspect another doll perhaps?
Its arms
But
weren't
after
moving.
this, things just keep falling apart, it appears.
The TV just literally turned itself off by itself, and then the lights started going insane. Let me show you. Okay, wait for it, 'cause it's literally just happening a second ago. Max? Better not be out of bed. Okay, I think I'm just gonna get him and go, 'cause this is really freaking me out.
Whatever was going on that night didn't appear to be created by any natural causes. At least this is what Theresa tells me. Let's see how this case develops in the future.
Creepy.
Really mysterious.
That was creepy. Boo.
The following video was sent by Gregory, and he tells me that he found it in a paranormal thread on Reddit. Apparently it was captured by a couple.
Now this was called King Frostmare Revisited, and so far 2 of these I don't remember seeing, and the one with the doll I do remember seeing, but I don't remember everything that happened during it.
Went on a nice vacation together. After a long flight and a well-deserved meal, both of them decided that a little rest would be a good idea. The lady that was recording with her cell phone stated that her fiancé took a little nap while she was documenting their hotel room for friends and family. Shortly after starting the video, she thought that she saw something out of the corner of her eye. creepy head is coming out of the closet area. There seems to be a woman standing in it. Coincidence? A skid, perhaps? It is unexplained what exactly was going on here, or why the lady was focusing so much on filming her fiancé in bed at the end. A pretty spooky recording nevertheless, though, isn't it?
Or more importantly, why she was filming at all.
The following video was sent in by Roberto, and apparently it was recorded by a young man who recently moved into a new house with a roommate. It was found in the paranormal section of Reddit, and people were quite freaked out, assuming it's not a fake clip straight from the start, of course. It is said that the man woke up to really strange noises in his kitchen, which was located on the ground floor. And of course, the man had absolutely no clue at the time what went down there. But he had experienced some really odd encounters in the past, though nothing too crazy that would cause him to be afraid of his own place. When he pulled his cell phone to capture the following events, he came across something that he could not explain and that caused him to have nightmares for many nights to come. Let's take a look.
Son una rata, boludo. Una botella, boludo. Hay que poner una rata, boludo. Ay, la concha.
Whoa.
I hope you had heard that too.
I did
There
hear
was
that.
a spine-tingling scream stemming from the kitchen, besides cutlery and plates that were being moved around. And the two men were pretty afraid now. Maybe they were even dealing with an intruder here. It turned out that it was something way more sinister.
Whoa! Ooh, why are you showing it again? Why are you showing it? That was creepy. You don't have to keep playing it back for us, spooks. Or nightmare, frostmare, whatever the hell you are.
A terrifying face is peeking around the corner from a night person. Jake Met has shared the following video of his best friend's sister. He states that she was the only person home at the time, and while recording and singing along to the song, I shut up.
I've seen this one way too many times. More
This
annoyed by it
video
than
was sent
anything.
by Jessie and was recorded by the Ring camera of her sister. She states, "My sister doesn't believe in ghosts at all, but she sent me this video 2 days ago. She said she was outside, smoking, and felt something weird, like someone was watching her. She checks her video from time to time, but this one, she knew she needed to check, and this is what she caught. She lives in West Virginia. Her house isn't facing any other houses. There's just woods on the other side of the road, and in her front yard is just her daughter's swing set. So, what has her camera caught that night? Apparently there's an unexplained apparition. Let's take a look at that."
I see it, but it's like... That's weird.
There appears to be something walking by the railing on the other side of the porch. It looks like an apparition that is semi-transparent before it dematerializes into a mist-like shape. This is very odd. I don't believe that this has been caused by another person.
I wish the
I'm
camera
pretty sure
quality
it's something else.
wasn't so
It's
terrible.
also unlikely that it was a reflection of some sorts. I wonder, could her sister...
With camera quality like that, it could just be someone who's standing a little bit of a distance away from the camera, wearing a sheet over their head.
captures
There's no way to tell for sure that it's paranormal or not.
something paranormal here. Parents of this baby caught a strange looking shape on the monitor that appeared to look pretty similar to the outlines of a face.
This is Clark's monitor. Watch that thing that's moving in there. Right above the lump of blankets. This thing. I went and checked. There's nothing hanging there. But that thing is moving. I don't understand what it is.
Well, I would get your baby out of there, maybe. Don't record that thing and just get your child out of there.
Trying to climb up mommy's pants, baby. Now, as we watch that thing on the monitor, I'll show you in the room. There is nothing there. I'm gonna turn the light off. Just a minute, buddy. See? It's on the monitor. And now it's gone. As soon as I get close to the bed. It's gone. Watch, it'll come back. I know, buddy. Just a minute, okay?
User Raphael445 has shared the following surveillance footage on Reddit. He explains that one night his uncle saw two men appearing out of nowhere right outside their property, which was
I'm getting tired already.
reason enough for him to get outside and tell them that his property was out of limits for them. What was a bit strange though is the fact that these men did not move once after they had appeared, and they could only be seen for certain moments before they were gone again. Sounds
the one I'm
strange.
thinking
Let's
of.
take a look.
It is. Jeez. I gotta know when I've seen so many times that it's annoying.
The following video was recorded by a user called Juanzo260685 and forwarded to me by Justine. It shows two friends who are hanging out, and one of them is playing the guitar. And the whole time, the cameraman thinks he's hearing something besides his friend playing. If you take a closer look, it also appears that the power is out in the house. After a moment, he puts it down and leaves the room to get something quickly. At this point, it might be interesting to know that they were the only ones home, so at least it says. when the guy holding the camera is filming around in the room a little bit, something frightening is being captured. Other viewers pointed out that there's a lot of orbs or dust particles in the air.
Oh, por la chucha, weón. Gato, tenés la media Xbox. La peluda. Conchetumare, ¿qué weón? Gato, weón. Gato, conchetumare. Gato, weón. Gato, conchetumare.
I remember this one, I just didn't remember that
Weón, conchetumare, weón, salió una sombra, culiá, weón. Weón, salió una sombra, weón. Weón, en serio, weón. Conchetumare. No entro ni cagando, no. No, weón, en serio.
The shadow startled the man pretty good, and his friend tries to look for it, but can't find anything.
Weón, se apagó, weón. Ya, ¿serio, weón?
Now what was it exactly?
Conchetumare, qué weón. Ya, esta weón no, ya sale, conche.
Looks like a floating shadow in my book, and his head appears to be down. What can you see? And what could be the cause of this?
It's creepy.
Is this place haunted? Or is it just a hoax? Next, we want to look at the haunted case of Charlie the Golden 18's owners. I love their adorable golden retriever, and I'm a big fan. Turns out the owner has another channel on which he's documenting paranormal activity that is unfolding in his home. The profile is called A.S. Dixon 1983. Not much info is given, other than there are paranormal events unfolding, and they have been documented by a security camera in their home. This is the first incident. I know that this could just be dust, but it is the beginning of something really interesting. In the next clip we see how their little cat is getting disturbed by what appears to be some eerie poltergeist activity. And then there's that noise. Nobody has any idea where it came from, but it startled the cat pretty good. What the camera has captured on one of the following days, though, is what I find the most disturbing.
Interesting. Plant moving. Zoom in. Why are you zooming in? Oh,
let me rephrase that. It was the same night that, besides objects being thrown, there seems to be an apparition that could have been captured. It almost looks to me that a semi-transparent shape is disappearing through the crack of the door. What do you see? Do you think it's legit activity?
Could be.
I have to give them the benefit of the doubt here. I really find it fascinating, to be honest. Whatever this thing is.
Alright. Alright, I'm just going to kind of quickly skim through these clips and tell you real quick what I thought of them and all that. Now this one with the Now this one with the doll's head that moved. Right there.
This doll is moving.
My thought was either paranormal or a more likely scenario that recently had a motion tracker installed into it for visitors and all that to give them a nice old scare, like a memory that they won't forget. Now for this one, it's hard to tell at first, but there's a fork levitating over a plate of spaghetti by itself.
Somehow this fork appears to be levitating, with food still hanging off.
I had no explanation for that one, other than possibly that's a sculptor. That's a sculpture or something like that. Now this one.
A few moments into the video, a dark shadow goes from right to left towards the door, triggering the lights on the security camera.
Paranormal was literally the only thing I could come up with. Same with this next one. I also made a humorous anecdote saying, "There is no data, only Zool."
Are you the minister here?
And then this, yes, obviously this was also paranormal.
That was strange. That one was all blurred.
The haunted photographs. I thought those were paranormal as well. Okay, then going to Sir Spooks.
The uploader further clarifies, quote,
Yeah, here's what was my thought on this one. The face in the window. Okay, my thought was pareidolia. Here's what I'm talking about. This is how the cameraman is holding the camera. See, here's the little lens thing where the flash comes out of the camera. There's his index finger. There's his middle finger. He's holding it like this. And the little crack right here is right here. These two right here. That's these two fingers right here. So he's holding the camera like this. That's pareidolia. Hey.
Get some stuff out of my head. I got a lot of ideas.
The last one.
An indistinct.
I said on this one that it was hard to determine what it could be because it's a very old quality camera.
Shadow figure can be seen looming in the doorway very ominously, but can never be seen in the video again, despite the fact that this video.
Now this video, I said I had seen it before. And I said that it could either be real, paranormal activity.
Sadly, the video ends right there, meaning that we don't.
That's afraid of it, because I was saying that movement like this can be mimicked by a human being, and that the orange light in the doorway was probably like one of those little Halloween flashlights you get at Dairy Queen. This one, I was 50-50 on. I didn't know whether it was real.
Hustle inside as fast as
actual footage of Bigfoot
they possibly can, not wanting to stay outside for even a second longer, just to be on the safe side.
Then there's this one. I was genuinely disturbed by this one because outside of outside of a hoax, I can't explain this one.
The first thing I noticed about the picture is the hand wrapped around the tree. It looks like the fingers might be.
That's creepy. Alright, so that was my take on those ones. I will pick this up again tomorrow. I am too tired to keep going. I don't have no idea why I'm so tired. But if you enjoyed, leave a like on the video, subscribe for more, and I'll continue this tomorrow. That was a car headlight. Alright, you guys take care. Have a good night. God bless. Bye-bye.